Hello everyone, it is August 11th, Tuesday, and I wanted to make a video about my car for a couple of reasons. One, because some of my customers know about a lot of the issues that I've been having with my car lately, and so I can understand why some of you may be a little concerned or a little bit hesitant about buying a massage package. Because I only have one car. So the one car that I have to take care of it. That's not to say that I don't have, a rental car option, or I do have a friend who allows me to use his car. If the weather permits, then he'll just take his motorcycle. And then of course, I have a mechanic, and I have roadside assistance if I need it. So, between my insurance company and AAA, I get 8 calls a year. But anyway, I wanted to talk about my car. First of all, don't worry. I'm on top of it. I take care of it. I don't go out and I don't do a whole bunch of drugs and stuff like that. I take care of what I need to take care of. But this stack of paper right here, and I have another receipt, but kind of fell out of the stack, but you can get a general idea here. I drove off the lot with my 98 Infiniti I30 in January of 2014, and I didn't even get my license plates on the car until late February, because the DMV was really behind schedule on stuff like that. So it took a really long time for me to actually get my car registered in my name. But I drove off the lot early January of 2014, so it's been a little more than a year and a half, and all of this is me. My glove compartment, where I keep all of this stuff, was empty. There wasn't even a user manual for the car, nothing. It was completely empty. There was nothing in there. In fact, my salesman was driving the car that I have now before I bought it from the dealership. So, but yeah, this is all me right here. So, a little bit of it is car audio, because the volume rocker on my Bose, the original Bose that came with the car, it basically broke down. So I only spent $1,000 on the sound system on the car, which in 2015 that's a really modest amount of money to spend. That's not really a big deal. I've thought about putting in subwoofers and all kinds of other cool shit, but not until after I pay off the car. But so this will just kind of give you a general idea. There's actually there's this little makeshift cover for my tablet, so I'll pull that out. But yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference. All of this is car maintenance. I've got my car registration, my insurance paper in here, and that's about it. But the rest of it is car maintenance. And I'm not going to go through and actually name off everything that I've done to my car in the past year and a half, but what I will say is recent August of 2015, this is going to be an extremely interesting month for my car, and here's why. Earlier this month I bought a new windshield, because my windshield had 3 cracks in it. And instead of waiting till it completely shatters and then I have to pull over and actually call for a tow, I went ahead and I decided to get that done. I also bought a self-install pre-cut window tint for all of the windows except for the windshield. And then the self-install kit, I bought that online. But I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to wait on that, because all of my windows have window tinting. It's just the 3 windows in the back. That tinting is extremely old, and so it does need to be replaced, but I'm going to just leave it on there because it is functional for now. But I do have a complete pre-cut window tinting kit with the self-install kit and the instructional video for when I do eventually use it. So I have that in storage, so it's just waiting for me when I actually want to put all of that stuff on my car. And then recently also, there's been a few things. My AC system broke down a month and a half ago. Actually, I want to say June. I believe it was late June. I got a brand new AC condenser, which on a 98 Infiniti, it's basically this tall piece. It's pretty tall and it's really wide, and it kind of looks like the goes right in the front of the car. And so when you pop open the hood, it's one of the first things that you could see if you're looking directly at the car. I had that replaced, but my AC pump needed to be replaced, and so it was still kind of working, but it was leaking a little bit. But it was only leaking water, so I wasn't particularly worried about it. But then the AC pump finally completely crapped out on me, so I ended up getting that done early this month as well. So that was like $400 right there. But yeah, the windshield, the AC pump. I bought a new engine. That's like the bang right there. I didn't buy a new engine, but I bought a lightly used engine. I won't know the full details of the engine until Friday, but the engine was bought online, and basically I bought an engine that was salvaged from a car just like mine, or a similar car that basically got totaled. And so the company who took that car, they basically took out the engine. They tested it, they reported the mileage, and they're probably going to give me a warranty on it, but I won't know the full details of it. But I know that the work is guaranteed, and I know that the engine was tested to make sure, and the mileage was reported on it. So my mechanic, the guy I go to for almost everything, he has a partnership with a company who he's bought lots of engines from in the past, and they treat him really well. So I basically gave him $1,000 to go ahead and buy that engine, and he should have it in his shop by Friday, August 14th. So I'm going to call him on Friday, and I'm going to get an update and see if he has it. If not, then it'll probably just be a couple more days. But I'm going to start paying for the labor here really, really soon. I'm basically going to shell out another $800 for the labor. So I haven't decided if I want to see how many miles I can get out of the current engine. Basically what's going on is that it has 6 cylinders. One of them went down. So I may or may not just continue. Sometimes I get paid on my website. Sometimes people have paid me to go to Bailey, Colorado. Sometimes even down south near Colorado Springs. Sometimes I have to go up in Breckenridge. On the current engine that I have now, because it's got this bad part, there's like a compression issue essentially. I'm not getting the full power out of the engine, and so basically as I'm going up into the mountains, I would be in the slow lane, and there would be in some cases I'm not even sure if I would get over 55 miles per hour. So and not that that's terrible up there in the mountains, because there's only 2 lanes in both directions, and sometimes there's only one. But I just don't want to be a burden for the people behind me or whatnot. So I may just go ahead and get the engine swapped out this month. But anyway, I'm going to pay for the labor. The engine's already paid for. I'm going to pay for the labor very, very soon. Okay, it's going to be done. And my mechanic is just going to sign off on my receipt, and then when I'm ready to do it, I can just take it in and do it. So, I'm on top of it. My AC system, it's brand new. I mean, the entire AC system in my car is brand new. And, again, I'm not going to name every little thing that I've gotten done to my car. But even though my car was manufactured back in 1998, don't think for a second that really says how old it actually is. I plan on driving my car for at least another 10 years. So, the year 2025, I plan on still driving my 98 Infiniti I30. So when things break down, which is kind of expected because my car basically has 193,000 miles on it right now. But I'm just getting started. I mean, I plan on, if I can, I'll put 1,000,000. If I can, I will max out the numbers. I've got a digital, odometer readout in my dash. I will max out the numbers at 1,000,000. I mean, I'm not joking. I'll do it. I don't care. I drive a lot, but this is why I take care of my car. So don't worry if I'm having engine trouble, or if my AC. I don't normally get into like personal detail with my customers. But when my customers ask me how I'm doing, I'm just going to be nice about it, and I'm just going to start spilling my guts. I mean, not like in an extreme way, but I'm just going to, like, whatever comes to mind, that's what I'm going to start talking about. So, but that's why I'm making this video, and I wanted to show you my paperwork and to give you an update on what's going on. So there's really nothing to worry about. And then also what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. I'm going to put this on massagebf.com on my homepage. And what I'll do is I'll do a quick video on my phone of my car. I'm going to show you some stuff. So that way you don't have to just take my word for it. But I really want customers to know that there's nothing to worry about. I'm on top of it. I've been making okay money. It does kind of suck that I'm having these car troubles now. This is definitely bad timing because, and some of you already know this because I used to complain about it a lot before I finally just decided that I'm just going to get over it and I'm not going to let it bother me so much. But there was a week at the very, very beginning of this year when me and my partner Sammy we decided to go to Salt Lake City for a week. And we lost a lot of money. Some of it was my fault, some of it was his fault, some of it was just totally random, like beyond our control. But we basically lost $4,000 early this year. And that sucked because all I had was $5,000. I had to pull the money out of my mutual fund account. It was a financial disaster for me. I lost everything I had. In fact, up to about a month ago, I was extremely stressed out. I'm still a little stressed out because this has definitely been a shitty year. I've been making good money, but I've been losing a lot as well. And so this has been an extremely, extremely shitty year for me. And in case any of you guys were wondering, Sammy and I did not break up. Well, we did break up, but then we got back together. And I think that we're probably a lot stronger now after everything that's happened. I think that it's made our connection, our relationship a lot stronger. But the reason why he's not working for me, and we've been back together now for a little while, but the reason why he's not working for me is because we've decided that we're just going to do our own work. Sam understands what I do. He understands me. He understands, all of the craziness that's going on in this world. And he understands that, if I could get a good paying job in this tough economy where people would respect me and people would treat me right, and in a situation where my boss would have some common sense, I would take it in a heartbeat. I really would. But I also have to consider, if I abandon my company, then what? There's implications there. There's consequences, and so it's not just a yes or a no. It's a little more complicated than that. But if I had a reason to actually do something like that, a valid reason, then I would do it. But for now and for quite a while now, I've been doing my own thing, and that's just the way it's got to be for now. And Sammy understands that. So, but I've gotten over a lot of my stress. I'm finally moving on. Losing $4,000 is a big deal, especially when you only have $5,000 in the bank and you have a lot of financial responsibilities. When I bought my car, my '98 Infiniti, a little more than a year and a half ago, I was a first-time buyer. My first car was free. And I ended up losing it because I didn't have a whole lot of money. I was not working. I really didn't have much of an income. I was making maybe $800 a month. I mean, things were just really, really bad back then. I was also really, really stupid and foolish. I wasn't as smart and as mature as I am now. So I was a first-time buyer back in January of 2014. And my interest rate is 19%. I'm going to say that again in case you didn't hear me. 19% interest rate, which is absolutely insane. I did not say 1.9. I did not say 0.19. No, 19.00%. That is what my car loan interest rate is. And back when I bought the car, I did not really understand interest rates. If I did, I definitely would have been making double payments. But I just did not understand. And so at this point in time, because I'm a little more than halfway done with this loan, I'm more than halfway done paying it off. Unfortunately, at this point in time, pretty much all of the payments that I'm making are now going to principal. Because at first, basically all of my payments were going to interest. It wasn't actually paying off the car. But I did not understand how it works back then. And so a lot of this is just kind of catching up to me now. But it's nothing to worry about. I'm on top of it. I'm a smart guy. I've been learning a lot about that car, and I've been learning how I've been gaining a lot of skills that I should have had out of high school. But unfortunately, they don't really teach you anything that's worth anything in high school these days. And I graduated back in 2005. So basically my entire 4 years in high school were shit. Because the entire educational system is basically really, really shitty. They don't teach you sex ed. They don't teach you how to change a tire. They don't teach you how to change oil. They don't even teach you how to do bun cake anymore. I mean, it's a big waste. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. We're approaching 18 minutes. I'm going to make a quick video of the car. It's a little gloomy outside, but I'll just loop that video onto this one with one of my programs, and then I'm going to upload it. I'm getting over, I'm not as stressed out as I was. The problems that Sam and I were having before was definitely not helping me one bit. But, I'm finally getting over that. We're moving past it, and things are looking better. And that's pretty much it. For those of you, there's a few of you, I spilt some oil in your homes. I was carrying around coconut oil in my bag. And a couple of you, I spilt some oil in your homes. I do apologize. As you know, I did what I could to wipe it up. And some of you had hardwood floors. Yeah, about that, I went ahead and I bought some more equipment. I mean, every dollar that I make, it seems like it goes into my account and then it goes right back out again. It's kind of messed up, but like I said, I'm building more character. I'm getting stronger, and because a lot of the stress that I was under, I was also gaining some weight, and I'm getting my shit back in line. I really, really am. So please just be patient with me. I want to thank all of my customers, all of you out there, for hanging in there. I'm really sorry. I know that when I bring my stress into your house, it does not help your massage or whatever it is that we're going to be doing. I realize it doesn't help, and I do apologize. But I bought a new bag. I'm carrying around. I'm going to be switching between avocado oil and olive oil, and that's because the actual container that it comes in, it's more stable, and the oil, it won't be leaking out as much. It won't be leaking out at all, especially when I get the avocado oil. I have a membership at Costco. When I finally run out of the olive oil, that's when I'm going to get, I'm going to switch back and forth, basically. So the olive oil doesn't smell so nice, but it is natural. If you can put it in your body, then you can put it on your body. And of course, you just need to shower after we're done. Just get it all off. It's really just a lubricant for my fingers, because then I can do what it is that I do. So But thanks for watching. MassageBF.com, over and out. Alright, hello everyone. I said I'm going to go out and show you some stuff with my car, so let's get my paperwork and my keys. And let's do that. Oh wow, it's actually sprinkling out here. And the main purpose of this is to just regain confidence in my customers. I gotta have, gotta have that word of mouth to do business. So, but let me just put that down for a second. But yeah, anyway, check this out though, right here. Glove compartment, so it's completely empty. There's no user manual. This is all just paperwork that of maintenance that I got done. This is one of the upgrades that I had done to my car. I put that on myself. I basically put holes in my interior to put that on. Here's my car kits. I've got one for my tablet, which is basically going to be a credit card terminal now. It's going in my work bag. This one here is for my phone. It was bought primarily for my Nexus 6, but I'm actually switching over to Windows 10 completely. I bought a Lumia 640, so it's on its way, and that'll fit just fine. See how ugly that looks? That's Gorilla Glue. I bought a can of Flex Seal. It's basically black rubber in a can, and so I'm going to make that look a lot nicer when that Flex Seal finally comes. But here's my aftermarket stereo, and I'll turn on the car in a few minutes. But I basically got Bluetooth upgrade, and it does CDs, of course. And then I got 4 speakers. I got cheap ones in the front, and then I got the high-end ones in the back, and I kind of regret that. I should have did high-ends. 2 sets of high-ends. And you'll notice that my paint job is really fading bad, but I'll just go to Mako eventually. But yeah, my paint job is not looking sexy at all. But yeah, here's a backup view of my car. But check this out though, here's another upgrade. I really want to show you these upgrades because, I mean, a normal person with a decent head on their shoulder, they would only actually buy these upgrades if they're planning on having the car for a long time. I just remote started my car. See that? Yeah, I've got a remote starter from Viper. So on the cold days, I can remote start my car for like a quarter. I think it's a quarter mile away. I'm not sure. But see that shed back there? I'm gonna get into that in a second. And then if you look right here, this is my busted factory antenna. The motor broke, and so the antenna was stuck open, and so something happened and the antenna actually broke. Basically what happened was I didn't actually lock that box properly, and so on the freeway cargo flew out of it, and one of the bags actually hit this antenna and broke it off. Ironically, it still works because the antenna is still there. It just doesn't get very good reception, but I got Bluetooth anyway, so I don't really care. I don't really listen to the radio, but if I had to, I would. The Flex Seal that I bought online though, it's on its way. It will, of course, I'll be using some of that to kind of make that look a little bit nicer back there. I've got some ideas. But yeah, in case you're wondering about remote starters, the kill switch is basically the brake. So if I hit the brake, that kills the car. But yeah, so it's rather difficult to steal a car, but I would have to unlock the doors anyway. Otherwise, you'd have to break a window. But yeah, one of the things that you'll notice is that my windshield is brand new, just like I said in the other video. New windshields basically have a 70% spectrum tint, and you can't really see it because like 70% is like almost no tint at all, because it's illegal to have a tint beyond like 70% in Colorado and in most states. That's my antenna for my remote start. It's kind of hidden unless you kind of know like where to look for it. It's kind of hard to see that. But that's a big ass antenna, and that's why I can get like a quarter mile off my remote if the conditions are well enough. But yeah, so I got an airbag light that blinks because I need to get new airbags, but that's gonna cost me like $1,500. So I'll deal with it eventually. And then I got a check engine light on, and I've got I got my seatbelt light on because I'm not actually wearing my seatbelt, and I just started my car. But yeah, so, and I can't really, I mean, I can play the stereo, but it doesn't sound very good. I would like to show you over Bluetooth, but I'm actually using my phone right now to make this video, so I can't really show you that. But yeah, I'm gonna actually pump this up because it's already putting out cold air, and it's getting kind of cold. But yeah, so let's pop the hood and let's look underneath. I'm gonna show you some stuff here. And of course, I can't really show you everything, every little thing, because a lot of the stuff is kind of hidden. But there was a time when my car had an oil leak, and I had to get a new oil pan. But my car used to leak oil, and it used to leak power steering fluid, and it doesn't anymore. Basically, this cylinder right here is fucked up. This is the cylinder that's causing all the trouble. So me and my mechanic, we are well aware of the situation. That's why we're going to put in a different engine. And you can't really see it, but the AC pump is basically way down there. It's kind of close to the oil pan. But this is my AC condenser. This is only like a couple months old. So you can see how shiny and how silver it looks. It's not all black and old looking. It pretty much stands out in the car. And I don't know how well you can hear me with the sound of the engine running, but hopefully you can hear me enough. Another upgrade that I had installed was LED lights. These lights are no longer factory lights. The actual assemblies are, but they're actually no longer factory lights. They're actually LED plus lights. And I got the battery pack down here, if I can pull it out without killing myself, but see, if you ever upgrade an old car to LEDs, you're basically going to get these little battery packs. They basically store energy, and then it also prevents you from burning out your actual car battery. If you leave your lights on by accident and turn off the car, when the juice runs out on those batteries, the lights will basically run out, essentially. So it won't actually, won't actually mess up your car. But yeah, there's a lot of upgrades to the car and stuff, and yeah, so I just wanted to show that to you. And but yeah, thanks for watching, and don't worry, I'm on top of it. Before long, I'm gonna have that new engine in there. Massage BS.